Okay, people, we're doing a demonstration in only 720p. Sorry about the voice there. We're doing a demonstration in 720p only. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. This right here is our new Eclipse Slate. It's a new form of technology, a part of our product collection lineup for the Black Series collection. It's going to be about 7 of these. All right, so let me pause this for a minute. I'm going to show you the projector we're using so you can check out the model number for yourself. So there we are. We have a Chrissy LW401. That's a 720p projector. Let's just show you how amazing the image comes up on just 720p alone by itself. And of course, as always, fully lit environment, plenty of light. Sorry, I had some very important business that had to be taken care of today, so I had to address that. Even though it's on a Sunday, it was something that had to be taken care of. So I've talked to a couple of these owners, some people that have been conversation back and forth about getting the technology a lot more exposure, and look, we're going to get our storefronts. We're definitely going to have one. So this is going to be fantastic. We can have this stuff on display, and then I don't have to have it tracked in here. I can have people come in and see it. So this is going to be fantastic. I can't wait. I was asking if the storefronts had any window, any glass in there, so we can do some of that ad tech technology. And this is fantastic because then people we talk to, you know, if they want to come down and see it, they can come right down to the storefront and check it out. Now we're going to be using the same projectors. We're going to have some 4Ks in there, but we're going to be using some of the same projectors that we're using in the demonstrations that we do here on YouTube. Literally, when it comes to my technology, I do appreciate our online orders, but man, it feels like my technology is boxed in. That's literally how it feels. It's boxed in. When I show people my technology on my phone and I see the reaction when people come into the apartment and they see the technology on hand, this is why I have to have it in the storefront. I have to. Because I need to see that reaction. Win or lose, I need to see that reaction, how people are going to react to it by seeing the technology right up front and personal. That's why I'm pushing so hard to save as much money as I can so I can basically get ready for my next stage of basically renting out a storefront property so people can come see it. Because right now in here, it's not doing it any good. I mean, I can go as far as I can on YouTube and Facebook and social media, but there's nothing that beats actually seeing the screen for yourself. The camera does it no justice. It can become frustrating. You develop good technology, you want to get your credibility for it. You want it. And I worked very hard. Lot of years to get to this point, and I have to make that sacrifice and that push to get this product to its next level. I need to have a storefront, and I need to have people come in and see it. Now I only have, like I said before, my contracts. I don't want to do I only have one contract I do plan to do. Only one. But the rest of them, a reason why I don't want them, because I need somebody who thinks the same way I think. The person I'm going to be working with literally thinks the same way I do, so which is good. We're both on the same level, but usually when I'm dealing with contracts, I always have to deal with someone trying to rob me or steal from me or undermine me or something. And with this having the storefronts, I got 100% control to myself. But I do have a contract I am working on with someone, and I think it's going to go pretty well. It's going to go quite nicely. I can't wait. They have their own business anyway. They want to incorporate our company into their business. And the reason why we do 720p demonstrations, because again, everybody's out doing all these expensive projectors on their products. We like to use the low-end projectors because again, the customers don't have to spend a lot of money. So $270 720p at 2012. Or actually, it was discontinued in 2012. Let's take a walk around with this. Now we did the ultra short throw test, which went quite well. 1,000 lumens went quite well, and I want to come back and finish the 720p. That's how beautiful that image pops up. Now, before we're going to have a product line of the Black Series collection. They're going to be different shades of black, different colors in black. It's going to be pretty interesting. And we're going to have 7 of these units. And we're definitely going to bring out the Sugar Plum Fairy. That's what's going to be going here. Probably, hopefully, maybe, this is already April, probably May. Let's get some other stuff for y'all. Hot cup of tea. demonstrations I love doing the most because you have to have an absolute 100% black background. Even though the technology we displayed is it's an interesting color of black. It's not exactly gunmetal, but it's actually black. But because the contrast shifting, it will allow me to tip the screen up to get it where we need those contrast levels to be at. So as you can see, we're producing black background, beautiful bright colors at the same time. That's why gray screen is obsolete. They don't work. And we're at 4,000 lumens, by the way. Some people feel they get a white screen and you can upgrade it with a great product. Don't do that. This is what happens. Technology we have here can pick up color, contrast, and white levels. Gray screen will pick up color to a certain degree, but you still got to calibrate because the colors wash out. And again, not ambient light rejection technology doesn't work with either one, white or gray. And you can't see black. So that's what 4,000 lumens looks like on a gray screen compared to black technology. Soda, Coca-Cola, black contrast. And that's why you do not downgrade your screen. by painting it gray. It's a bad idea. It's obsolete. New York City, black background, screensaver. No, want the darker one. There you go. So we got half and half, as you can see. Gray surfaces and register. The walls we have in here are a perfect tone of gray. As a matter of fact, they match a lot of the gray screen paint products on the market right now. I already made statements that if anyone feels that our gray wall is not the same as your paint, or doesn't come close to matching it, I will buy your product and put it against your wall. But as you can see, with 4,000 lumens, a gray wall can't see the screen. Let's get a white sheet of paper out here. demonstrations. Now, these are some of the demonstrations we'll be displaying in the showroom. Not so much gray screens, but a lot of white screens. Because again, like I said, offline, doing business, we're not going to bump into gray screens, all white screens. Online, we bump into gray screens and gunmetal screens. That shows you exactly how much of your picture quality you're losing. Even if you have a 4,000 projector, you still can't see it. And the gray and white screen won't register. With our new technology, the new heightener, and with the contrast shifting technology elements that we can drop into a everyday black paint, we can make it look like that. Now, we showed you a demonstration already when we were prepping the walls. We used everyday black paint. Without those elements in it, it doesn't do anything at all. It just comes up dark and it comes up dirty. But when we drop those elements in, well, it transforms into this. Our product is paint. It's just the difference is that out of those 4 elements, that's what those elements are designed to do, to make it do this. And we do these demonstrations, the customer has to see, or investors have to see a massive difference between night and day. And again, we don't walk over to the screen to show you the difference. Kind of glad I didn't paint the whole wall now, because then we can just move the projector down. We do demonstrations this way too also. Now, in order to get the gray surface at the bottom and the white surface to function right, well, you can't use this projector behind me because you're going to need a little more power than that. You're going to have to spend money for a 4K projector to do it. Try to pick up the image a little bit better, and you're definitely going to have to be in the dark. Let's do, I'm going to do, let me see. Let me turn this one in the wall. Check this one out. Or this is just a slow-mo. That takes forever. Let's do some plants and some flowers and birds. That's literally how much of your image you will lose without our technology. That's a lot. That is a whole lot. This is why at the bottom, you have to calibrate. What about in the dark? As I told you before, our technology is insane in the dark. It's quite impressive with the lights on. But when you turn the lights off, that means the screen doesn't have to fight anymore. It can just flex. Heightener actually gets a lot more brighter when the lights are up because again, it doesn't have to fight as much. So how we're going to be marketing this thing offline and online, that the fact that the customer doesn't have to spend all this money for a projector. I told you at the end of the day, the reason why you have to spend so much money for these projectors is because the screen technology hasn't caught up yet. And soon we'll have our storefronts for anybody who wants to sit there and say it in the day, well, they're using camera tricks. Hey, you can come down to the storefront and check it out for yourself. Oh, maybe run it off. Run it for a minute. Sorry about that. Even the fire stick display is supposed to be in black. Let me get a battery. Just having a few few minutes ago. Let me see. I'm gonna grab me a battery charger. Fresh battery, that's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, those are called hammer bites. Yeah, we're gonna need a fresh battery. There we go. We usually use USBs on the back of the projector, but sometimes the signals get crossed between the USBs and the adapters. So sometimes we have to run it off a fresh battery. That's the beautiful thing. One thing I do like about the Fire Sticks, if you don't want to plug them in, you run off a battery bank, which I'm doing right now. And a battery bank, it's probably about 5 days of constantly running it all day. I use my projectors all day. Sony 4K demonstrations. Let's go here. Now, this is for those of you who think because you're in the dark that you're not going to see a difference. Oh, yeah, you will. Those who have dedicated theater rooms, just think about how much of your picture quality you are losing for your movies or anything you're watching in your dedicated setup. Now we got a few more tests to do under the Eclipse Slate. One of the tests we have to do is the black versus black test that definitely has to be done. We've done white level tests, excuse me, at 1,000 lumens, fully lit environment, and the ultra short throw did quite well. I do want to do a couple more demos on the ultra short throw and the 1,000 because we need those short videos to be put in shopping carts. Let's grab ourselves another one. Mine is just lights out with 4,000 lumens. screen doesn't change when we turn the lights on. That's the ambient light rejection technology. It means the screen maintains contrast and color, white levels, without washing or fading, even when your lights are on. We are going to be engineering a screen paint. We're going to be customizing something for dedicated theater rooms. Got a really crazy idea for something really insane for dedicated setups. It's going to be black, but it's going to be an interesting color and a different tone. So there's going to be 7 of these out of this collection. For the fact that the customers don't have to worry about spending all this money for projectors anymore. That's definitely going to become a thing of the past. I mean, it's up to you if you want to buy it, but you don't have to. You're not forced to. The only time you have to have a 4K, or you have to calibrate, or you have to spend money for tons of contrast, so you're stuck in dark environments. You don't have to worry about that. Being able to turn your lights on and off, that's an option. It's also a luxury too. But you can turn your lights on and watch your screen and nothing happens to it. See? We did an ultra short throw test in here around 9 o'clock in the morning. Tons of light pushing through. No problem. Now, I can't express this enough. This technology does not support the knockoff projectors or any of those projectors at the end of the day. This is why those companies are coming in and seeing this technology, and they want us to, we can't, we won't. I think JM something Geo. No, we're never ever, and I mean ever, develop any form of technology for that form of projector at all, because it's a waste of time. The technology works better when it's black, and those screens, those projectors don't register. They can build one that can register on a darker technology, and then we're talking about something here. But until then, no. And this is 4,000 lumens, so. That's how we knew the projector wasn't 4,000 lumens, because it's operating in an environment too dark. That's why. So for those who are saying, well, how do you know? I know. I have 4,000 lumens sitting right here. You can look up my projector specs. It's 4,000 lumens. Now you see the bottom half of the screen? See how it's not pulling the contrast and color correctly? If that projector was actually 4,000 lumens, it would have been able to pull up in this environment just like that at the bottom. But because they had to darken the environment to get the projector to pull up, clearly shows the projector wasn't 4,000 lumens. Anybody who's been around projectors for a long time, they know that, they can see it. Just want to put that out there real quick. So if anyone who owns that projector, that JM, Geo, whatever projector, or JM Go, we can't help you. You cannot do this at all, period. You're going to be stuck to a white and gray screen. Unless you decide to sell the projector and get something else. That's the only way we can actually do business with you. Now, some people may get offended, oh, you're doing this because you don't like, no, the projector's specifications are fake. It's not going to work on a product. Can't express that one enough. So if you own one of those projectors, you might as well walk out of this video because you can't. This is not for you at all, period. You're more like the bottom half. That's what you got. And you're not going to come up that bright to begin with. So anything like WeMax, Valva projectors, what's that thing? Movie projector, that's one of them. There's a couple of them. We don't touch them. Now, we did have a screen print we did make for them, but after a while I started thinking that, man, we're supporting this mess. Now, I can't be a part of that. So we pulled the product. Let's get something else here while we're here. A name brand projector, even if it's an old Sharp projector or I don't know 2010, doesn't make a difference. You can work on this product. You know how cheap a 720p projector is? Do you have an idea how much money you would save when you buy your projector in our technology? A lot of money. Is a beast. So it allows the screens to generate really high white levels. Beautiful color. The Heitner produces a high level that we have taken. We have demonstrations. We can show you certified screens. We could turn them into white sheets of paper, literally. Snow screensavers. Isn't that impressive? I couldn't explain this enough, but the technology we designed here can basically match a gunmetal in white levels. We put it against white sheets of paper at 1,000 lumens. So a gray screen, we can blend into one of those easily. Now see how the white levels are washed out here? You can't see the individual snow. You see the individual snowflakes here, but down here, they're gone. what I say to the gray screen paint makers, you're obsolete. Because we have a black technology that can pick up extremely high white levels. It can maintain color without contrasting or dark environments, and it pulls a 100% black level. And it can do it on a projector for cheap. That window scenery. And the white screen's still good. You know why? Because you can just paint over those. They're fantastic. So it still has use because, again, I paint over white screens all the time. It's much cheaper. If you were to buy a projection screen that had a slight tint of gray to it, they would charge you more money for it. So you're just better off just getting the white screen. What's this one right here? A lot of color going. Skyworth food demonstration. What I like about the Skyworth, white levels and color at the same time with contrast. Let's see if lights out can help the gray screen. You don't pick up any color at all. This is how we know people who claim to have our products, you don't have our products. Because we know how our products react when we stick them against a white screen. But you can always purchase, website's always open. You can always place an order for that black technology. Which if you notice, I have never seen anyone bear those receipts yet. I love how they pop out of the room. When I see certain keywords, they pop out of the room. It's too close to home. But like I said, off topic, we got some things coming up at the end of the year. We won't tell you what they are, but they know what it is. You're going to have to bear receipts. If you don't have them, you're going to be in some trouble. People did some really dumb stuff, so there's some stuff going on at the end of the year that they're going to have to show they made purchase on these products. But until then, by then I'll have my showroom and I'll have it on display, and you know, we'll be doing stuff like this. The corn doesn't even come up correctly. Contrast test. I don't like to do a lot of demonstrations with lights off because, again, you know, we get people who try to copy our demonstrations and they'll be in the dark anyway. We do these in fully lit environments, they don't want to go near the demonstrations. So they're hard to do. This is why we watch a lot of gray screens doing comparisons. They're always in dark environments when they're doing it because their screens can't pull. contrast test. Make sure the screen can see a proper black level. Now, as I said before, anytime you see any form of projection screen, showing off a contrast level, it should be done in a fully lit environment. And the reason why this is extremely important, because if you do these demonstrations in dark environments all the time, what happens is the consumer uses it in an environment like this. Then what happens? That's a lot of contrast missing, isn't it? Let's take the lights out and see if it works any better for the screens. Now, for those out there, I said before, I have my gray walls in here. If you feel that I am not speaking correctly, or by saying that you will match my walls or come close to matching them in this room, I'll buy your paint. And I'll put you against the screen, put you against the wall. And we can go from there. Anybody. That's a huge, massive difference. Look at that. It's not even there. Red screen. This is why you're told to calibrate on the gray and white screens. Keep in mind we have a white sheet of paper laying against the gray surface. So make sure there's no difference between the white screen and the gray screen. Turn lights on to show the ambient light projection technology. If the screen doesn't wash out or fade, remains with color. Starfield screensaver. This is why I explained to you that if you have a gray or white screen right now, you have 50% or less of your projector. That's it. Those of you with dedicated theater rooms, there you go. Batman versus Superman. Just to give you an idea how much you're losing in your dedicated theater room in the dark. That's deal. And people that aren't, you keep in mind, if you want to turn your lights on, because I see people want to turn the lights on, they want to show off their popcorn makers and their movie posters. Well, you can't do that if your screen washes, all right? But with our technology, you don't have to worry about that. You can show a 100% contrast level and show off all the beautiful stuff you have in your movie theater you want to show off without worrying about your screen washing out. All right, people. Well, we're done here. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration on our new Eclipse Slate, which will be available probably around next week. So with that being said, I gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.